Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are strapping in for a high-speed trip, really, right into the epicenter of global fandom.
It's a big one.
It is. You sent us this incredible stack of sources on a massive, high-stakes battle royale for character supremacy. We are talking, of course, about Dragon Ball.
And it is truly a seismic event in the anime and manga world. This isn't just, a simple tally of favorites. This is the official, first-of-its-kind global popularity poll.
That's right. So our mission today is to get past the hype and really dig into the mechanics of the Dragon Ball The One campaign. We need to unpack the stakes, the timeline, the rules.
And the rules are so important.
Exactly. The rules that govern the daily voting and, maybe most importantly, the just jaw-dropping scope of this whole thing.
It's a fantastic deep dive into fan mobilization. I mean, this entire effort, it's all built for maximum engagement, and it's the centerpiece for celebrating the 41st anniversary of Akira Toriyama's creation.
41 years. I mean, just let that number sink in. But what really puts this poll into legendary territory is the initial roster. We're not just talking about the main heroes here.
No, not at all.
This involves a colossal list of 212 characters, all fighting for supremacy.
And the audacity of that number, 212, is what's so fascinating. A top 10 list is easy, but 212, that just confirms that Dragon Ball isn't just a hit show. It's a whole meticulously crafted universe.
Entire universe, yeah.
It's left this indelible mark on global pop culture. And running a poll this big is really the only way to measure how that massive catalog resonates across generations today.
I'm still just stuck on 212. I mean, that has to include characters who maybe showed up for a single chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just speaks volumes about the world building.
Oh, for sure.
But, okay, before anyone starts voting, they need to know what they're voting for. So that brings us to the roster and the first brutal gauntlet.
Indeed. I mean, think about the scale. For decades, it's always been about the classic rivalries. Are you Team Goku or do you prefer, the pragmatic brilliance of Vegeta?
Right.
Now you have 210 other characters in that same arena. Obscure fighters, beloved sidekicks, everyone.
And the sources make it crystal clear this is not some friendly everyone gets a ribbon event. The initial structure is designed for just aggressive elimination. It seems almost brutal for a celebration.
It is cutthroat, and that is absolutely by design. Out of those 212 contenders, the first round is a dramatic, immediate cut.
How dramatic.
They're eliminating well over half the roster right out of the gate. Only 80 characters are going to advance to the next stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So it sets this immediate high-stakes tone. If your favorite character isn't a major Saiyan, you need to mobilize your community, like now.
Okay, I have to challenge that a little bit. Eliminating 132 characters in one go.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Is that just for pure engagement, to generate controversy and clickbait? Why not a slower call?
That's an excellent question, and it really gets to the sophistication of the campaign design. The sources suggest it's twofold. First, they want to create that immediate urgency, prove every vote matters, and drive up those early numbers.
Okay.
But second, by setting the bar so high, the only characters who make the cut are the ones with a really passionate, organized fan base, not just a big, casual one. It filters out the noise.
So it's rewarding sustained passion over just fleeting popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense. And for fans participating, they don't have to wait long to see who survived, right?
Correct. The system is built for fast feedback, for continuous social media buzz. The results of the 80 survivors will be broadcast almost immediately on the campaign's official formerly Twitter account.
So once that November 24th deadline hits, the world will know who survived the massacre.
Precisely.
Which brings us right into our next section,
Yeah.
the rules of engagement. Because knowing when to vote is one thing, but knowing how often, that turns this into a battle of wills.
And the mechanism is surprisingly simple, but the key is that daily ritual. The first stage is live right now, so the immediate concern for any fan is that deadline.
And just to repeat for everyone listening, when does that clock run out on this first round?
It slams shut at 11:59 p.m. JST on November 24th. And that Japan Standard Time is crucial for the global fan base to keep track of.
And this is where the campaign's depth really shines, right?
Right.
It's the one mechanic that turns this from a fun click into a daily obligation.
Absolutely. The most important role, the one that really separates the superfan from the casual voter, is the vote reset.
What do you mean reset?
At midnight JST, every single day, the slate is wiped clean. You start totally fresh.
Wait, so if the votes reset daily, aren't they kind of penalizing the fan who only checks in once a week?
Yeah.
Doesn't that just guarantee the winner is whoever has the most Organized, dedicated group willing to log in every day?
You've hit on the takeaway perfectly. It fundamentally changes what popularity even means here. It's less a measure of total viewership and more a measure of persistent, organized fan labor. It's designed to reward consistency. For the organizers, this is great. It generates continuous traffic, daily engagement metrics, and keeps the poll trending for the entire time.
So it basically weaponizes consistency. The daily routine is how you win. If you miss one day because you forget, or the JST deadline is weird in your time zone, your character permanently loses a point.
Exactly.
Imagine the coordination required for fans in the US or Europe to get their vote in before midnight Japan time, every single night. Wow, that's dedication.
It creates a fascinating logistical challenge for the global community. It's more than a click. It's a coordinated strategic operation.
So, okay, we've got 212 characters, a massive cut on November 24th. 80 survivors move on. Let's trace the whole journey. How do we get from 80 survivors to crowning the one?
It's a phase structure, all designed to heighten tension with each cut. After that November 24th deadline, the 80 survivors continue through more rounds, facing smaller fields and tighter voting periods.
And the grand finale. When does the final showdown actually happen?
That climactic final battle, the grand finale, is scheduled for between December 17th and December 24th, a very focused, high-intensity week of pressure.
And by then, the field is a lot smaller. How many characters are left fighting it out in that last stretch?
The sources are very specific. The field will be narrowed down to only 21 characters.
21.
Just 21. Think of the intensity there. 21 proven fan favorites, all survivors, all battling for that top spot.
You know, that number 21 is so specific. It's not a round number like 20 or 25.
Yeah.
Do the sources give any insight into why they chose 21? Does it link back to the franchise history, maybe? Like the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai?
That's exactly the kind of nuance we should be looking for. And while the sources don't explicitly say why, you're right, numbers often carry significance in Dragon Ball lore.
Right. The tournaments.
The early world martial arts tournaments, like the 21st, were such foundational events. So choosing 21 could very well be a subtle nod to the series' early years. It makes the final countdown feel more, historical, epic. It elevates it from a poll to a quasi-tournament.
It grounds this modern event in the show's history. I like that. So that final week wraps up on December 24th, but we still have to wait a bit for the announcement.
Precisely. They let the anticipation build. The ultimate winner won't be revealed right away. Instead, they get crowned during a special live-streamed event on the official Dragon Ball YouTube channel.
And when is that? When should people mark their calendars?
For the definitive endpoint, you should mark January 24th, 2026. That's the day the one is revealed to the world.
January 24th, 2026.
Yeah.
A massive timeline. But this whole thing is fundamentally a celebration, which brings us to our next section. A legacy worth celebrating. We have to ground this poll in the 41 years of history it represents.
And if you connect it to the bigger picture, 41 years is an almost unprecedented run of cultural relevance. The original manga by Toriyama ran from 1984 all the way to 1995 in Weekly Shonen Jump.
11 years straight.
That 11-year run didn't just create a hit. It basically defined the template for modern shonen manga. It introduced tropes and art styles that are still being copied today.
And the sources show that this legacy isn't just in history books. It's completely active and accessible for English-speaking fans today, which is exactly why a global poll is even possible.
That accessibility is the essential precondition, you're right. VIZ Media still publishes the manga in English, so fans can always get to that source material, to that 212-character roster.
And what about the animated side of things? The visual legacy is just as strong.
Oh, absolutely. Crunchyroll hosts the animated versions from the classics to the newer stuff. And crucially, the sources emphasize the franchise isn't just relying on nostalgia, it's actively creating new content.
Like Dragon Ball Daima.
Exactly, with spin-offs like Dragon Ball Daima coming up, it keeps the franchise current even as they're celebrating this huge milestone.
So the poll isn't just looking backward. It's a strategic synthesis. It's connecting the deep history, those 212 characters, with the current releases like Daima.
That synthesis is really the key to the whole campaign's mission. The sources say this is more than just a poll. It's a celebration of 41 years of adventures. It keeps the legacy active, relevant, and plugged into the daily social media habits of the fandom.
It's engineered hype for the next 41 years.
We could say that, yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what does this all mean for you, the voter? Let's just condense those huge takeaways.
Okay, so the structure is demanding. The stakes are enormous, starting with 212 characters. You have that immediate aggressive deadline for the first cut, November 24th.
Don't forget that deadline.
And critically, you have to remember the time zone impact. If you want your character to survive, you have to make voting a dedicated daily habit. That reset happens every night at midnight JST.
This is your chance to directly influence Dragon Ball history, or at least the fan-preferred canon. The grand finale is in late December, and the winner gets announced January 24th, 2026.
Go rally your fellow fans.
Exactly. Rally your fans and participate. Go decide who will emerge victorious and earn the title of the One. Go make those daily votes count.
But this does raise one last important question for the fandom to think about.
Oh.
Given the incredible history and all 212 characters, we pretty much know the top spots will be locked down by Goku, Vegeta, maybe Gohan, or Piccolo, the usual suspects.
Sure.
But since over half the roster 132 characters gets wiped out immediately, the real story of global dedication won't be in the top 20. It's going to be found in the successful niche characters, the ones fighting for spots 22 through 80.
The underdogs.
The underdogs, exactly.
Yeah.
The secondary characters who managed to defy the odds and surprise everyone by making that first major cut. That massive initial win for a character like that will truly define the passionate global spread of the fandom.
An excellent thought to end on. We will see you on the next deep dive.